All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. So, David Crosby is really struggling to, I don't know, repent of his sin. We'll say that. Or he's struggling to be sincere with his apology to his former bandmate Neil Young with regards to his then girlfriend Daryl Hannah. This has been going on for a few years, and if you've been following this, um, David is out there now doing interviews because we've got the 50th anniversary of Deja Vu, which is one of the greatest albums ever made. It's just incredible. And if you were gonna put great music in a time capsule, shoot it out into space and say, hey, this is our representative, I would be for that. Quintessentially an American kind of offering, even though you've got a Canadian and a Brit in the band who I think both got American citizenship at some point. But this was just music that defied what was happening. The blend of the vocal blend, the songwriting, I could go on and on. But again, Deja Vu, the 50th anniversary, the box set came out last month. If you're a fan, even if you're not a fan, it might be worth checking out. You get some of that stuff that hit the cutting room floor, scooped back up and remastered and repackaged, and you got liner notes and you get the vibe of the time 50 years ago. Really insane. But anyway, getting back to David Crosby. So David Crosby goes on the CBS Sunday morning show, and they all did these interviews separately, maybe at different times, and then obviously they do the editing, and it seems as though they bring one guy in, and I'm thinking maybe they're in the same location. I didn't really check out the set, but in any event, they asked David Crosby, so are you kind of sorry about what you said? And he's like, oh yeah. He just like says it in a way that to me doesn't seem genuine or sincere, although he did say it. And I guess he goes on with Howard Stern, and he's talking a lot about the days where he let the band down. And then he says, we all let each other down and we all did horrible things to one another. Again, kind of deflecting from his own issue with Neil Young. And Graham Nash, is really angry. I've seen a couple of interviews with Graham Nash where he's just beside himself because he wants to have a relationship with this guy, but this guy just seems totally hell bent on being a thorn in everybody's side and making these comments and sticking by the comments and then giving sort of a half-hearted apology. And I think what these guys want at this stage is they want David to get down on his hands and knees and say, hey, I'm sorry. I messed up here, and I really want this band to, continue on. Now, does anybody really want to see Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young anymore? Probably, probably. I'm not sure if, they can perform anywhere near the level they did, but I've watched some footage from few years ago when they got together, and they're still a plausibly good band. I mean, plausible in the sense that compared to whatever else is out there doing this style of music, they're still a force. They don't sound like they did 30 or 40 years ago, but they still sound pretty good. And for fans of this music, it would be great to see them back out and doing shows again. But I don't think that's going to happen. Crosby is out there talking about, his substance abuse days, and that was bad for the band and all these different things. And all these guys in the group suffered from those things, but got over those things, I think, a lot faster, or were more functional than Crosby was when he was the guy doing it. But he continues to miss the point. The point isn't then, it's not those days, it's not what you did to the band in the past and what other people did to you or to the band itself. It's the here and now and what you did more recently. And it's almost as if he's, again, trying to ignore or deflect the real problem away. Look, I think these guys should reconcile. I don't know if everybody has a lot of time left. David Crosby has had like 9 lives as it is. I mean, the fact that he's still with us is pretty remarkable if you go through the timeline of events in his life, and um, it's just incredible that basically technology and the medical community have kept David Crosby here with us for this amount of time. So I say, just, it's water under the bridge. Look, Neil Young, he's going to be stubborn as a mule. That's his personality. And apparently, Graham Nash, not looking like the angry Italian guy, because that's not him, but he's got a bit of a temper. And I think he's just been through a lot himself. As far as Steven Stills, I'm not sure how he's feeling about all this stuff. Great, great guitar player, though, Steven Stills. Uh, Kind of underrated, even though Rolling Stone, I think, ranked him really high. But in your average everyday conversation about guitar players, you don't hear that much about Steven Stills, and you should, because he was a great innovator. Just did a lot of things that were unique to Steven Stills. So, in any event, that's my video on the topic. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and don't forget about Patreon. Pleasant, friendly conversations. I have a post up right now on Patreon that talks about things that happened to me a few years ago when I started doing this channel. And I think, it was the first time I put that out there, so some of the new patrons could understand why I do certain things the way I do. So anyway, if you want to join, it's $1 a month. I think it might be worth it. You support the channel, and you keep things going. And I appreciate all those folks that already do that, and all the new subscribers. And of course, I will see you soon.